Hello and welcome to Hellforged. This is the playtest for this pocket RPG, or shall we say pocket action RPG. It reminds me very much of something like Path of Exile or Diablo, but it has a horde survivor mechanic associated with it, and that means that you can basically get the same kind of power leveling, power creep kind of experience that you'd get in an action RPG, but in a bite-sized fashion. So if that sounds like something that you like, well, let's dive in. And there is a link in the description if you want to check it out. Otherwise, as you can see right here, we have a massive skill tree, and there are a number of, I don't even really know what these are, but I'm going to assume they're kind of like subclasses or something like that. And I'm thinking we're probably, I'm thinking Juggernaut sounds pretty fun actually. But you know what? I do also think that Collect Range is going to be extremely powerful. We can buy points with these things called Chaos Shards. When you level up, you gain Chaos Shards, as well as doing achievements and, you know, capturing rifts and doing all kinds of things. And you also have presets up at the top here, so you can actually change between skill trees instantaneously. So very cool to see that. And indeed, I think what we're gonna, you know what we're gonna do? Yeah, we're gonna do this actually. We're gonna do Collect Range. I'm a big fan of Collect Range most of the time in games like this. So let's actually just buy a bunch of points. Let's get 7 points. Why not? Let's collect range, sigil capture radius, life regen, or more collect range. I like collect range a whole bunch. I'm thinking we're probably going to do that, even though I do very much appreciate the life regeneration. Let's do life regeneration then, I guess. And then we'll do 70% runestone capture speed. You'll see exactly what runestones are once we get there. And then we also have the ability to get plus 50% gold find. Ooh, that could be really useful actually. But we're going to go for more life regeneration, and then we're going to move on. There we go. So I'm playing the Paladin at the moment, and there are a number of other, well, as far as I'm aware at least, if you take a look at the progression journey here, these things are not currently available at the top, but there is a new class by the name of Mortenzia. As you can see, she is a dark elf, and she uses arcane magic and various other cool things like that. Now, there is a crafting system too, or shall we say an infusing system, and as well as empowering and ascending for various items. The empower and ascend things, options, shall we say, are currently unavailable in the playtest, but that's okay, because you can infuse things and get them to 3 stars. As you can see, I've already done that to a number of my items. I've been playing this game a little bit, as you can probably tell. So these are the expeditions. So I'm now on Tier 2. So Tier 2 is currently available. Tier 1 I played beforehand, and Tier 2 now has challenges. Challenges now appear for extra rewards, and you can now summon and defeat the Necromancer to complete this tier. And you can play on hard difficulty, or you can play on normal. I'm going to play on hard, because hard does seem actually pretty fun. Seems like it's not too overscaled or anything like that. And we are going to be making our way over here, collecting this, because this immediately gives us that plus 15% experience capture range. And we're also going to be getting runestones very quickly captured because of our new abilities, right? Our new skills that we've just gained. And because we've got that extra experience capture range, we're going to have an insanely nice time. Now, there are chests on the field here. So basically, when you go and open a chest, you get the ability to get one of these relics. Now, these relics are only in this particular run. And I'm going to go and take overcharge, increased damage. I think that sounds pretty nice. And you have to pay gold to be able to unlock those. Now, you do then have these Shrines of Power. And these Shrines of Power also appear as and when you reach the time on the top bar, and I'll show you that in just a second. Let's increase our experience here. So let's begin the trial. This is going to summon a boss, and the boss is going to come after us. I'm going to use overcharge right now to hopefully burst this guy down as fast as possible, and let's just try and avoid his wonderful telegraphed ability. And then this is what we get for defeating the boss. We get the ability to choose a new ability. Yes, indeed. And so what we're going to do is we're probably going to be taking something like Ice Shards. Why not? Ice Shards is a conal attack that is sort of from medium range. I'm going to increase my energy capacity, yes, because I do have an item that provides me with energy shield. If you've played a game like Path of Exile, you'll know about energy shield. And, well, I guess Diablo as well to a certain degree. And we now have a damage absorb shield, which isn't going to take very long to regenerate at all. It's actually extremely effective at reducing damage. And we can also increase this. We could, wait a minute, we could increase our energy capacity again, or we could go for more collect range. I think we'll go for more collect range. Usually what I like to do is take rarer things, rarer skills, rarer abilities and stuff like that. I feel like they have more of an impact. Gonna try to use overcharge here, try to eliminate these guys really, really fast, because otherwise they are going to absolutely destroy me. There is a shrine right in front of me. That is extremely, extremely useful. Okay, I think I'm probably going to be taking the critical damage. That's going to be 25% additional critical damage. And hopefully I'm going to be able to avoid getting myself absolutely slaughtered here. Let's begin the trial. Even though I don't have overcharge, this might be a mistake, but we'll see what happens. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is actually really, really nice. Let's do this. That's going to buff up our ice shards quite a bit. And as you can already see, we are having a massively well, to be honest, this is a much harder time than you would see in the tier 1 level. And oh wow, take on a challenge. Yeah, so there's a challenge obelisk over there. We're going to be taking that in just a second. Let's just try and kill these. There we go. Nice. There we are. Fantastic. We could go for some more life regen. Ooh, yeah, I think life regeneration sounds really good actually, but I really want to go for that additional 25% experience gain, so I'm going to be doing that. We just gained an item. Now, one of the main mechanics in this game is an extraction, right? This is kind of an extraction action RPG, I guess you could kind of call it. In other words, you have items and you can decide at any point to go through the portal and return to the hub. And once you do that, obviously, you are then going to be able to, you know, spend your points and increase things and do any number of things that you'd want to do to try to maximize your character and try to increase the ability to deal damage and survive the next tier. That's the idea, at least, right? So otherwise, let's see here. Okay, whoa, wait a minute. Can we go for more experience gain? Yeah, why not? Okay, we're going to be leveling up so incredibly fast. Let's take on a challenge. What does this mean? I have no idea. I've never done this before. Slay bloodworms within this area, then kill their queen. Complete within 50 seconds. That's insane. Okay, that's going to be very difficult. I'm not going to apply the extra difficulty here, I don't think. I'm going to just immediately just go for it. Oh, within this area. Okay, wait a minute. Where are the bloodworms? I don't see them. Oh, there they come. Okay. Gonna use overcharge. Let's use, let's go for energy capacity. I feel like that's probably going to be really, really good. These energy worms do seem pretty... Energy worms? These bloodworms actually do seem pretty easy, so I don't think we need to worry too much about them. Hopefully, at least. Okay, we're leveling up really nicely here. Let's go for more projectiles with our overcharge, because I don't know whether you've noticed already what it's all about, but basically when you use overcharge, you pretty much turn your auto attack into like a shotgun, and it's very, very effective. Okay, so it says I have one left. Here we go. Okay, yeah, I just need to kill the queen. That is extremely difficult. I am not going to be able to do it, I don't think. Yeah, no, come on now. Overcharge. Did I do it? I think I might have done it. Yes, I think I might have done it. Wow, that's actually hilarious. That was extremely close. Okay, so we are going to probably be taking the golden skull. I have found that the golden skull is really, really effective. Basically, whenever you pick up gold, it launches a fiery bolt at your enemies, and let's just say I think that's absolutely amazing. So let's go and add more projectiles to our ice shard barrage. And we're going to try and see if I can maybe regenerate some health here. Let's get some more food. There we go. Because obviously enemies sometimes drop food, and you can get some pretty good luck with that. You know, get your health back and all that wonderful stuff. Overcharge damage plus 50%. That is actually insane. Yeah, we're going to be taking that every single day of the week. I am having some issues with my energy shield right now, so I am going to try and see if I can maybe get away from everyone here. Piercing count. There we go. That's good. Let's try to get away from everyone just so that I can regenerate a little bit. There we go. And we're back at the portal. So technically what I could do is I could get out of here right now and I could just leave. And I'm not sure whether I want to do that. Do I? I mean, I'm going to die, I think, if I don't. That's the problem here. Maybe. I don't know. We might be okay. It just very much depends. Let me actually just... Am I going to be okay? Maybe. If I can get my energy shield back, we might be fine. But the energy shield is only 68. Just bear that in mind. We don't have that much. Yeah, we might have an issue here. If I can get my overcharge back, I'll be pretty happy. But this thing is really, really difficult to kill with just our auto attack, because our auto attack is absolutely terrible. Okay, here we go. I've got overcharge once again. Let's add more projectiles to that. And he's dead. Okay, fantastic. That's very, very nice. Look at that. Okay, yeah, we're clearing things out like no one's business. Actually doing very, very nicely here. Now, you're obviously... Here's the thing. Your main goal is to survive until the obelisk is charged, as you can see at the top of the screen. Obviously, you can see that. And that basically means just surviving 7 minutes or 8 minutes or something like that, and then you're going to be all good. And technically, I think I could probably do it. Maybe let's just see. Maybe there's going to be another boss that will come along, and if there's another boss, then we might have some issues. But basically, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get higher level weapons, basically, right? Trying to get higher level weapons so I can do more damage and higher level items in general. Let's use overcharge once again. Get rid of all these enemies. Thank you very much. There we go. Spread chance is actually pretty nice for the necrotic skulls that we launch. So might as well do that. There's another slime that's going to be very, very difficult for us to eliminate. So I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to get out of here now. I think we're probably just going to leave. This is... I mean, we've only got a minute left until the obelisk is charged, but I think this is absolutely fine. There we go. Let's do it. We just have to defend this until... There we go. That's it. Until we get the extraction. And that's it. There you go. That is basically the gameplay loop of the game, pretty much, where you go in, you try to survive, you try to complete all the challenges, or however many challenges you can complete. As you can see, you get a nice detailed breakdown of the damage that you've done afterwards as well. So you can see here that Death Curse was the thing that did the most damage, followed by Great Hammer, and then Divine Barrage didn't actually do that much, surprisingly enough. So maybe we want to go for something like an auto-attacking build next time. Maybe that's a fun idea, you know? Maybe that's something that we want to do. So instead, let's have a look. Okay, so we already have a level 2. This is a level 2 weapon, of course. Very, very nice. And we also have some level 2 pieces of gear. But the question is, do we want to use these things? No, not really, because actually some of them are not as good as what we are currently using, because I have some rare gear. So we're not going to do that, but we are going to infuse this. And this obviously uses scrap, and scrap is produced by, as you might expect, salvaging. Yes. So we're going to salvage all of that stuff. Going to gain a 114 scrap, which is not too bad, I suppose. And I think I have... Yeah, I don't have any more Chaos Shards. I'm not really getting that many Chaos Shards, so that's kind of unfortunate, but I think it's okay. I'd like to get Magnetism, as you can see right here. Magnetism only requires 2 more points. After standing still for 2 seconds, you trigger Vacuum. While Vacuum is active, collect range increases by 3 meters per second. Every 30 experience collected summons an orb that deals 65 lightning in 4 meter radius. After Vacuum lasts 3 seconds, you receive Polarity for 15 seconds, giving 30% projectile count and 40% ability cast speed. That is actually pretty fun. I feel like that's pretty fun. You could also get Juggernaut as well, which is kind of like a... really big survivability thing. Maybe we want to do that? Okay, fine. Let's actually try something. So let's try something else out, right? Let's try something a little bit different. Let's get some armor here. Let's see. What do we have? Life regeneration, magic resistance, magic resistance. Okay, I'm not sure about magic resistance, to be honest. Let's go here. Capturing a runestone restores 30% life instantly. That sounds really, really good, actually. But can we... We might be able to make it to Juggernaut. Yes, we can make it to Juggernaut. There you go. Boom. Look at that. That's actually really, really nice. So overhealing now adds overlife, which is up to 50% of max life. So in other words, what we want to try to do is get a significant amount of life regeneration. And then once we have life regeneration, then we're going to have a great time. So the question is, well, we definitely want to do tier 2. Do we want to play on normal? Should we try normal instead of hard? Maybe we can do... Well, the thing is, if you play on hard, you do get better magic find, which is... exactly the reason why you would want to play on hard. You would get more magic find, which means that you would get more, you know, more items, of course. More wonderful, wonderful items. I'm trying to get 40 gold right now so that I can open up the chest nearby. So basically, I'm just going over and destroying as much destructible stuff as possible. And there we have it. Okay. Now, if I can just go over here. Yeah, we are doing a lot more damage now because we do have that new... do have that new weapon, which is making a big difference. Okay, so here we go. We're going to be not taking overcharge damage this time. We're going to be taking Key of Power, because that's going to get us 3% all damage for each locked chest you open after acquiring this key, which I think is really, really useful. And we're also going to be going to the nearby shrine really fast as well. So very quickly, I'm just going to go down here and collect this runestone real fast. It's going to take quite a bit of time for us to get this. Oh, nice. Okay, I'm actually going to be going for 6% critical chance here. Critical chance is really, really nice with this particular character, apparently, according to the game itself. So I'm going to try to maximize that as best as I possibly can. Unfortunately, my pickup range is so terrible now because we don't have any of that spec. I'm going to try to go after this archer. There we go. Get him dead as soon as possible. Let's try to... what do we want? Increase all damage, I guess. Let's try to increase all damage. Going to try to go for an auto attack build this time. I feel like that's probably going to be the... maybe the way to go here. I've got 65. I need more than that. There we go. Okay, there's an elite coming after me right now. Not a big fan of that. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, we're just going to add 10% additional damage. And we'll go over to the shrine and we'll get the necrotic skulls, because the necrotic skulls, we just got a really nice ring there as well. And then the necrotic skulls do seem to be extremely, extremely strong. So I'm kind of happy about getting an ability this early. And we'll see what we can do. Let's try not to die here, shall we? Ooh, lifesteal chance. Lifesteal chance of 5%. Sounds pretty nice. We'll use overcharge just to get rid of these elites. And we're going to be taking death coil. There we go. And they're all dead. And we can get another ring. They're all dead too. Oh, fantastic. Very, very satisfying. And we've also got another shrine already spawned. So I am going to have to do something about that. Let's go down there. I'd like to kill that goblin. Unfortunately, it's going to run away from me right now. So I'm not really going to be able to do too much to it. I'm thinking lifesteal chance. Yeah, why not? How much have we overhealed ourselves by the way? I actually can't tell. I have no idea. I have no idea how much we've overhealed ourselves by, but I think... oh yeah, actually by quite a significant amount. Look at that. 386 from 329. That's pretty nice. I like that. Okay, so we are gonna try this trial. And there's more XP collect range. That sounds pretty nice. Now each individual boss and or elite has some special abilities as well. I don't know whether you've noticed that already, but basically they have abilities that are like affixes pretty much. So yeah, they can do some pretty amazing things. And we're going to just go for ice shards again. I like that quite a great deal. And we're doing massive damage here. Let's try to kill the slime. There we go. We captured that runestone as well, and let's try to pick up all this experience, all this tasty, tasty experience. And we are going to be going over to one of the northern areas here if we can. I'm having some issues actually collecting all the experience, to be honest. Okay, yeah, we probably want to go for more life regeneration, even though we don't... I don't think we necessarily need that, but I kind of want to make sure that if we do get hit at any point that we're able to overheal ourselves almost immediately, or try to. Let's see if we can go over here. Yeah, so as you can see, normal is a lot easier than hard. We were obviously having, you know, that was the first time we were actually on hard, and I still had a tier 1 weapon, so I suppose that might have made a pretty significant difference to our overall ability to win this. Let's try and see if I can kill this thing. What is actually going on with this guy? This guy seems to be some kind of special individual, as he has a blue outline of some kind. Yeah, look at that. He actually dropped something really, really nice. Let's increase our damage by 10%. He dropped a battle hammer. Yeah, he had 3+ status effects, apparently. Or we applied three status effects to him. I'm actually not entirely sure which one, but yeah, we'll see. Otherwise, spread chance is what we're going to go for here, so that our death coil can do even more damage. Because if we can spread it to more people, then that's obviously great. Okay, take on a challenge. Let's do it. Okay, so what are we going to get? Pylons drain your life while standing inside their radius. Yeah, that's actually not even bad, but I don't really care about the 10% gold gain. Yeah, I'm fine with this. Okay. Okay, so now we just need to feed pylons. Alright, well, we're going to try our best here. This is maybe going to be okay. The elite does seem to be... wow, he died really fast. Okay, yeah, we're actually doing very, very nicely here so far. Is this thing actually... there we go. Okay, it is getting fed. I was literally thinking to myself, okay, I can't really tell whether it was getting fed or not. and we just need to be careful. I can't kill enemies outside of the pylon's radius. There we go. Okay, let's go here. There we go. We can actually see that there is actually a glowing outline on the outside that actually tells you. I actually thought that there would be something like that, but I didn't see it at the time. But yeah, we'll go for 4% critical chance, so 20% chance to critical now, which is really nice. And we've got so much experience around here. Now we get a magnet, so that's wonderful. That's going to get me all of that. Champion's Chalice, absolutely fantastic. Probably going to be taking this. Oh no, actually, that's leveling up. I'm not a big fan of that. Anything that's basically on level up, not a really big fan of that, just in case I don't level up for quite some time. So instead, I'm actually going to be taking Death Coil Spread Chance. I think that sounds much better for us. And we are going to be taking Main Weapon Attack Speed. That sounds good too. And then I will be making my way over to the other challenge, maybe. Main Weapon Attack Speed again, or Experience Gain. I think we'll go for Experience Gain this time. And we'll try to get over to this collect range thing. Yeah, we're actually doing really nicely in regards to our overheal as well. We've got so much overhealing right now that we are doing a lot of damage with our Juggernaut ability, or at least I think we are doing good damage with it. I actually can't tell. So yeah, I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see at the end when there's that nice breakdown of things. Let me see if I can go over here. I'm gonna try and see if I can get another challenge. Let's get another 2% critical chance. 2% is not really that much, but good enough, right? And take on a challenge. Destroy 3 blood tumors. Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, where are they? Oh, over here. Okay. Let's try and see if we can do this. I'm gonna activate overcharge on this one. They're far away, unfortunately. This thing is also going to be really difficult for us to deal with. Yes, they also have AoE, really? Wow, okay. This is going to be bad. Okay, not dead. Now it's dead. Nice, okay. I've got 41 seconds to do the last one. Should be fine, right? Hopefully. Let's open this chest. There we go. Let's get another 3% all damage for every single chest opened. Sounds pretty nice. Let's try and kill this. Nice. There we go. And we also got the magnet as well. So that basically picks up all of the experience in the area, which is really nice. And I think we're going to go for Hunter's Trophy here. That gives me additional damage whenever we kill an elite, which I think is really nice. And we're going to be taking additional critical chance, I suppose. And the obelisk is almost charged, by the way, if you didn't realize. I obviously didn't. That's funny. All right, so let's actually make my way down. Let's go and try and see if we're actually going to be able to exit. Where is the obelisk, by the way? I actually don't know where it is. Oh dear. I think it will probably be marked on the map once it's charged, right? I assume. Yep, there it is. I can delve deeper now. Okay, wait, where is it? There it is. Okay, the obelisk is now charged. Escape to complete the expedition. Yes, indeed. So we can technically stay here for a little bit longer. What is the rift? Escape through obelisk or seal rifts? What is that? I don't know what that is. I'm going to go over there. I don't know what it is. I'm going to go over there and see. This is interesting. This is the first time I've seen this. While the obelisk is open, you can seal rifts for chaos and score. Sealing also extends the timer. When the timer runs out, the collapse begins and deadly corruption slowly consumes the map. Okay. Yeah, so that's basically what it is, right? So, yeah, we've got a nice explanation as to what we want to avoid. Okay, here we go. We're sealing it. Let's open this chest. Nice. Let's get more damage. There we go. Oh yeah, during your collapse, there you go, seal your first rift. That's perfect. Okay, and it's actually increasing the timer at the same time as well. This is fantastic. Okay, this is really nice actually. Okay, so this means obviously enemies, by the way, are going to scale over time. They will scale over time. In other words, you are going to have enemies getting harder as time goes on, and you're going to have to be more careful. Let's try and see if we can do this. Yep, there it is. Enemies are getting stronger. Do I have to kill enemies in this area? Yeah, I seem to need to kill enemies in the area, so let's do that. Does it increase it by 20 seconds? Yeah, wow, it actually seems to reset it completely. That is nice. Main attack radius, let's go for it. Let's go down to the rift. I'm not going to do that challenge just in case. Let's open up this chest. There we go. That's going to get even more damage. Whoa, I'm getting so much extra damage from these chests actually now. And let's go over here. There we go. Survive 60 minutes in total. Yes, I've played quite a bit. I've played quite a bit of the game so far. And let's otherwise see if we can do this. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able... Yeah, I mean, this does seem to be getting a little bit harsh at this point. I don't think I'm going to have the ability to do this for that much longer. Maybe I will. I don't know. I think it resets... Yeah, it doesn't reset the actual cooldown. Or should we say it doesn't reset it all the way, right? It doesn't reset it all the way. It does do quite a bit, but not an extreme amount. And enemies are now getting very strong. So, yeah, this is going to be a problem. Okay, here we go. What do we want? Oh, this is pretty terrible. Yeah, increase PS count, or we could go for Hunter's Trophy again. I mean, there are barely any elites at this point, so I'm probably not going to be gaining that much benefit from it. Let's get Collect Range increase. And let's just kill these. And I think I'm going to leave after this one, to be honest. I think that's probably the best idea. Or maybe not. Maybe I can make it. I'm going to push it way too much now. You know that, right? I'm going to be playing with death here, basically. This is not going to be a good idea. But we'll try it, okay? We'll try it, and we'll see what happens. Maybe we can actually make this work. There are not enough enemies coming. There are not enough enemies. Come on. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Okay, let's pick up that. Am I able to even kill the enemies fast enough? I don't know. It feels like we're kind of slow. Yeah, I think we'll probably be able to make it. Let's use overcharge here. Just to get it done. There we go. Nice. That's it. We gained some Chaos Shards. Very nice. We're actually gaining a significant amount of Chaos Shards right now. Let's get some more physical damage. Oh, this is really far away, actually. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. Yeah, no, this is not going to happen. 40 seconds. How many do I need to do? Almost 500? I don't think so. Yeah, no, this is not going to work. I am pretty close to the obelisk. No, this is not going to work. Okay. Gonna have to go. Kind of unfortunate that we're gonna have to go here, but, you know, that's just how it is. Let's go. That's it. There you go. Fantastic. Oh, wait, I can continue to stage 2. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so yeah, as you can see here, all your loot is now secured and won't be lost on death. So as you see here, we got a bunch of extra loot. Like, for example, we've got this nice ring here. And this is, well, this is actually going to remove the energy shield from us. And I personally really love the energy shield. So I'm probably not going to end up using the new one, despite the fact that it does give you that 20% ability damage bonus. Aha, there we go. Alright, so we're now on the next stage, and we now have to summon and defeat the Necromancer to complete this tier. I have huge amounts of gold, so let's try to pick up as much, well, as many of these chests as possible. This is probably not going to really work out too well for us right here. 20% attack speed while below 50% life. Usually we're not really low in life. So I'm going to take the chronometer instead, because using overcharge freezes all enemies around you. I've never used this before, but I think it's probably going to be pretty good, right? I think it's probably going to be quite useful, so we're going to try that out. This archer, let's try and avoid him. Let's try and increase our movement speed a little bit. And another chest, very nice. Okay, let's get piercing count. What's this? Hello.
Still live. Remarkable. I watched them take your kind. None walked away. This is no place to speak. Seek me outside if you survive.
Ooh, there we go. All right. So yeah, we found a companion of some kind. Let's shall we begin the summoning? Let's begin the summoning. Okay, what are we gonna do here? Offer your stashed chaos to summon a powerful foe. A guaranteed legendary. Okay, that's kind of insane. We can't do the major offer, right? Oh, no, we can do the major offer. Oh, wow. Okay. Do I want to do any of this? Let's do the major offer. I'm not going to do the greater offer. The major offer is way too much for me, in my opinion. I don't think I'm even going to be able to do this, to be honest. Can I? Do you think I can actually even do this? Oh, yeah, no, I seem okay. I seem okay. Maybe we'll be fine. It doesn't seem that bad. I just use overcharge. And then he goes away. Of course he does. You absolute idiot. Ah. Yeah, of course he does that. Okay, yeah, well, we're gonna just try to stay within range. I could go over to the other shrine and get another ability unlocked. That probably would have made more sense. But I was blinded by the guaranteed legendary, of course. Okay, let's be a little bit careful here. Let's just get this. Okay, what's this? That's actually not too bad for every 15 gold piles, but not amazing. So I'm going to go for the ice shards damage. Ooh, what do we have? Life regeneration. Let's go for spread size. Sounds pretty good. Let's stay within range of the necromancer if we can. He's going to teleport away most of the time. I'm going to use my overcharge here. He does not get frozen, unfortunately, but we're doing massive damage to him. Really, really close. As you can see, big damage coming in. Massive damage, actually. And now he's got this shield, so we got to kill the skull. And if we can... Here we go. Wait a minute. Let's be careful. Come on now. Please get the critical. Come on now. Get some more criticals. Thank you very much. Okay, there we go. Now let's go back to him. Try to keep on top of him as much as possible. Overcharge active duration. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Let's try to get a little bit more of that. I am taking some damage with my overheal. Not a big fan of that. I am slowed as well whenever we walk through one of those little areas. I'm going to wait for the necromancer to teleport, and then I'll use overcharge on him then, and we'll try to get in his face. And we'll try to just smash him real good. And that's it, pretty much. Yes, that will be the plan. Let's try to kill this skull. I'm going to use overcharge now because the skull is taking too long to kill. Let's try to go after him. There we go. Nice. Good damage. And I think we should be fine. I could have actually done the higher one, I think. Probably could have done the harder boss. Guaranteed legendary. Got the legendary. Fantastic. And now we can make our way anywhere we want to go, actually. Let's go for that 5% lifesteal chance. Sounds pretty fun. Then we can loot this runestone, or activate the runestone at least. Just bear in mind, I did actually use a huge amount of chaos shards to do this. So instead of being able to convert those chaos shards into skill points, I summoned the boss. So it's basically like a risk-reward kind of thing, I suppose, right? So yeah, really does make a huge difference to your overall decision making, because you're like, oh, but what, do I really want to spend these chaos shards? You know, obviously you don't have to, right? You didn't have to do that. You could have just gone for the free option if you wanted to, but I felt like it would be pretty fun to see what would happen. A Shrine of Power has appeared, but I'm going to go for more runestones if I can, because more collect range is always amazing. And we do seem to be doing this relatively well, actually, surprisingly enough. And I already defeated the Necromancer, so we don't even need to worry about that. Let's go for more projectiles with our Ice Shards. I feel like the Ice Shard ability is actually surprisingly good. Actually, really, really good. Let's go for the chest here. There we go. More damage. Thank you. Let's go and add more projectiles to the Ice Shard. I mean, it's basically like a shotgun, to be honest, as well. You know, because the closer the enemy is, the more you're going to be doing. And we're going to do this. We're going to feed some blood pylons. Why not? Survive 15 minutes in a single run. Yeah, we haven't done that before. Yeah, pretty crazy. Okay, let's go for all damage, I guess. Go for all damage. And yeah, we're now inflicting so much damage every single time we hit something. It's actually kind of nice. This is probably much better. I feel like this is a much better way to go than the previous build that I had. But obviously, you can decide what you want to do. You know, there are different builds available. Wow, I literally just killed that elite instantly. Did you see that? Wow. Okay. That's really nice. I like it. Okay, well, there you go. There's the second blood pylon destroyed. And look at the elites. The elites just die instantly. Wow, that's crazy. Because they die so fast, we also gain this Hunter's Trophy, 40% attack speed and 40% ability cast speed for 15 seconds after elite kills. Really nice. And we also killed 1,000 enemies in a row without getting hit. Look at that. Look at that. We are getting so many achievements right now. And I think we probably... Oh, hello, this is a boss. Let's try to kill this. There we go. As you can see, because of the overcharge freezing effect, I literally froze that guy, and then he literally just evaporated. That was just pure disintegration right there. Okay, so let's see. Let's go for overcharge duration. I think that sounds kind of fun. Let's go with this. Go for more damage. Damage all, of course. Reach hero level 30 in a single run as well. Yes, very nice. Alright. We've got 3 minutes 26. Pylons of blood failed? Oh, did I fail it? Oh, did I just literally run away from the last pylon that I needed? I thought I completed it. Oh, well, never mind. Okay. I guess it doesn't matter too much. I kind of wanted to go over here and do this, and that's the reason why I completely ignored it, apparently. But yeah, let's go and get some, let's get some lightning orbs. We get some lightning orbs to go radiating around us. That's fun. Increase all damage by 20%. Sounds good. And let's get more chests. Nice. Okay, let's get this. And we're going to be... wow, yeah, we're just cooking with gas right here. I could technically basically do pretty much anything right now, I think. I'm pretty confident in our characters', you know, speed, power, all that sort of thing right now. And yeah, we are just gaining achievements left, right, and center, which is really going to make a huge difference when we get outside into the camp. You're going to see exactly why I say that, because obviously there are a significant amount of bonuses that we can gain. Loads of chaos shards as well. Mind you, yes, level up, very nice. Let's go for orb speed, orb size. We're gaining gold, but I'd like a little bit more, please, just a little bit more, because I'd like 395, if I'm honest. I'd like exactly 395, please. And there's an elite right here. This guy's going to die almost instantly, so that's not going to be too bad. There you go. Very fast. We got 10,000 gold in total right here. Very nice. And yeah, this is, as I suspected, I do think that the Juggernaut is an extremely nice, shall we say, subclass. I'm not entirely sure how they quantify it in this game at the moment. But the specialization, I think they call it a specialization, don't they? I think so. So yeah, I think the Juggernaut specialization is my favorite so far, but obviously we haven't really tried out the other one because we weren't able to get there with the amount of skill points that I had. So maybe we will try it out, you know, a little bit more after this. I do like collect range, of course. Collect range is really fun. Let's go for some more lifesteal here. It's probably going to be the way to go, and I could technically go for that treasure goblin if we want to. But I'm thinking we're probably not going to do that right now. I think we're probably just going to go down to the other shrine. We could get the last remaining ability unlocked to make it even better, even more powerful for us. We could do that. Let's go down there and do it. And obviously we're going to have to fight a boss, but that's going to be okay because, I mean, obviously, as I said, the ability to... Look at the amount of damage. The amount of damage we do is insane. And then we can get the flame wall, and the flame wall is going to appear like so. I have seen a number of... in a number of other runs, you can actually get multiple flame walls cast at the same time. So you could literally get flame walls, you know, halfway across your screen, basically. So you can create some really crazy combinations with skills, dependent on what kind of skills you're going for, of course. We're going to go for necrotic damage, of course. The death coil ability is so extremely strong. Not sure if it's as strong as the ice shard thing right now, because we have spec'd into ice shards quite a bit, but I do think it is pretty powerful. And I don't think I see the treasure goblin anymore. Where did it go? It must have disappeared somewhere. That's alright. We're just going to get one of our last... This is one of the last chests that we can get. I'm going to go over here and destroy these, get some gold. There we go. Let's loot it. There we are. Okay, fantastic. Adds 3 more projectiles, or we could get Ember Boots. Stashing leaves a fire trail that applies +1 burn stack on enemies. That's pretty fun in my opinion, but I'm going to go for Ice Shards despite the fact that, you know, we only have 3 seconds left. So, you know, 3 seconds is kind of, well, kind of good, right? You know, that's kind of nice. And you can see there the firewall is just literally killing everyone over there. Pretty fantastic. Okay, so the question is, I have 32%. I think I'm just going to go for Frostbite Mastery at this point. I think that sounds pretty good. And as you can see, we've now entered the collapse again, so we can actually get even more. We can get even more stuff. Look at that. More Chaos Shards, more score, more gold, more everything. And yeah, I don't even have the ability to collect all of this experience, unfortunately. I would love the the magnets right now. A magnet power-up would be so good. But I doubt I'm going to be able to do that. That's going to be very unlikely. Let's stay on this side so that the firewall kills as many as possible on the right. Yeah, there we go. Alright, that's nice, that's nice. Okay, 40% additional necrotic damage. Yes, thank you. And where's the next one? Over there. I wish I had more movement speed, to be honest. More movement speed. I probably should expect more into that, to be honest, but yeah, well, you know, what can you do? The funny thing is, the faster that you actually get to destinations, the easier things are going to be, because obviously you're not going to have enemies getting that strong, you know, over the course of your run, because you're going to be getting to places that much quicker. Like, you're going to be getting to rifts faster, treasure chests faster, you know, all that stuff. So it really does make a pretty big difference. Let's go down here. I'm going to try to use my dash as much as I possibly can. I only have 2 dash charges, just bear that in mind, so obviously it's not, you know, not super super likely that we're going to have the greatest time there, but yeah. Anyway, 20% additional critical damage for our main attack as well. That's really, really nice. And wow, we're clearing the enemies so easily that the skeletons are having some hard times actually respawning and actually coming to us. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's so satisfying when that happens. Absolutely hugely satisfying when you get a huge amount of enemies in front of you and you just get them in your cone or attack, and it just absolutely slaughters everything. It's extremely fun. Okay, so question is, I think more piercing, right? More piercing, why not? I think we can probably do all of them, can't we? We can probably do all the collapses here. I think, or shall we say all the rifts, all the rifts. We can probably do all of them. I think we can. So we're going to do that. We're going to stick around for that this time around. We didn't do that before, so that was a bit disappointing. But yeah, this is definitely going to make a big difference. And I think we're pretty much done. Look at that. Let's make our way over. Wow, so much damage. The ice shot is actually doing 1,300 damage when it critically hits. And I'm going to go for main attack damage. Yeah, main attack damage. Sounds good. Look at that. I'm doing 338 with my main attack. That's actually kind of crazy, considering we're attacking so fast with it as well. And that's exactly the reason why we're able to complete this rift as well. And just absolutely obliterate the opponent. There you go. We did it. Look at that. Gained a significant amount of everything. And yeah, there we go. Overtime Exorcist, we got the achievement. Collect 5,000 gold in a single run. And I should probably make my way to the obelisk, because otherwise I'm gonna die. Am I not? No, maybe not, actually. But I am definitely going to have the enemies get a lot stronger, a lot quicker. Let's see. Burning now starts with more stacks. Why not? That sounds fun. And this is where the obelisk is, if I am correct. Obviously, the map is getting really, really dark now as well, so you can't really see as much. And you can see here that we're actually starting to lose all of our overhealing because the enemy is doing so much damage. And now, there you go. I'm exiting. Done. Look at that. We got a massive high score right there. Absolutely fantastic. Probably could have, I don't know, could we have gotten more? Yeah, if we played on hard difficulty, I think we probably would have been able to get more of a high score. But yeah, look at how much experience we're actually getting right now. And we're getting quite a few chaos shards, not as many as I would have liked. But yeah, there you go. And look at the amount of achievements that we're getting. Yeah, absolutely insane. We're going to be getting a lot from that. And of course, we do get this legendary chest, which gives us thorns. Ooh, now that's going to be fun. That's going to be fun to use. All right, let's move on and actually see. Oh, I didn't even see the damage that I did. I didn't even see which thing did the most damage. Oh well, never mind. So as you can see right here, we're now going to be gaining a significant amount of chaos shards just from the achievements. Many different things that we can go for there. Defeat the necromancer boss, of course, and indeed all of these. Look at that, crazy. You can also track any of these, by the way, if you really ideally want to go for something. So, for example, if you want to do one-shot wonder, kill 3 elites within 5 seconds of each other, you can do that. And then it actually unlocks one of these relics, which allows your abilities to deal 15% more damage to enemies above 85% life. That's really, really nice for killing things in one hit, obviously. But yeah, there are loads of different things that you can do here, and they really will make a huge difference to your efficacy when you actually head into the game itself. And you can see there we go. We actually did some pretty cool things. And stand where the night is thickest and live? Really? What's that? Give all your riches to the dead and still prevail. It would have been really nice if I'd been able to complete those, but I have no idea what they're all about. But they're secrets. They're secrets for a reason, of course. Alright, so let's equip the legendary. Let's equip, not the ring. What about this? This is pretty nice, I think. Yeah, let's equip that. What about this? Not entirely sure if I like that. No, not too much. What about this? This is obviously much better. And I think that's it. We don't... What is this thing right here? Because this is a relic of some kind. And I'm not going to be able to... I don't have anything that I can actually put into that slot. Life region value. I actually like that quite a bit. I'm going to take that instead. And we're just going to infuse some things. So basically infusing just means that they just get, you know, buffed up. And we're just going to do that to all of our things, including the legendary, of course. And there we have it. Okay, very nice. Didn't get, yeah, no, we did get something pretty cool there, actually. And we can obviously speak to this ghost now as well. And he's going to say some stuff.
You made it out. I saw what happened. Your people, taken, slaughtered. I could not intervene. An elf, a mage, dragged deeper. Whether she still lives, I cannot say.
Ooh, yeah. So obviously, as I pointed out in the sort of beginning portion of the video, yeah, there is a dark elf that you can unlock. I think that's going to be very cool. And yeah, so you can see here that obviously we have chaos points, and we can spend these chaos points to gain points, or shall we say chaos shards to gain points. And you can see here that we now have 15 points. I can literally just spec into pretty much anything I want. We have Juggernaut here. When you have Overlife, taking damage releases a shockwave, dealing 56 physical damage to nearby enemies. I think that's actually really, really nice. We do have other things here. After 3 seconds without taking damage, gain focus. Each focus stack grants 5% all damage and 5% cast speed. Taking damage consumes all focus to unleash Shatter Nova for 56 cold damage per stack and applies chill. You cannot gain focus for 2 seconds. In my opinion, this is extremely difficult to do, but I would probably say that this is going to be really, really good with Energy Shield. If you have a really, really big Energy Shield, then that's going to be really, really nice for you. And then we have Assassin here, move to gain ambush stacks. Each stack grants 10% evasion and 50% critical damage. Evading an attack grants a +1 extra stack, up to 6 total. Taking damage clears all stacks. Wow, okay, that's harsh. And then we've got Goblin. Save gold until 1200, then spend it during overcharge. While below 1200, you gain 50% extra gold. That's actually insane for picking up as many chests as possible. At 1200 gold or more, you gain 25% cast speed. And during overcharge, main attacks fire Coin Burst, costing 10 gold and dealing 65 physical damage. Yeah, that's... Whoa! At max capacity, gold pickups reduce overcharge cooldown by 0.5 seconds. That is actually kind of crazy. That could be insane. I think that could be a really, really fun specialization to go for, considering the fact that it literally just gives you gold gain, up the wazoo here. That's really, really cool in my opinion. That would be a lot of fun. So I think I'm actually going to spec into a bunch of this. There we go. Let's go for life region. We can start with additional gold if we want to. I don't really care about starting with additional gold. Each stage spawns 10 extra lock chest. 10 extra lock chest? Yes. I will take the 10 extra lock chests. Thank you very much. Each challenge completion grants 10% move speed for the rest of that stage. That's insane too. Thank you very much. And then we can go for more armor here. More gold gain. We have 100% additional gold gain, by the way. And indeed, if we want to, we can take away our Juggernaut spec. Can we? Yeah, we can take away the Juggernaut spec, and we can then go for the Goblin instead. I think. Did I spec into that? I think so. Yeah, now I spec'd into it. Okay, there we go. Now I specced into it. So yeah, that's actually kind of crazy. I think the goblin is probably going to be really, really fun. Obviously Juggernaut, in my opinion, worked out really, really nicely because we were able to overheal, and the overhealing was basically an additional damage shield pretty much, which really made a huge difference. So really, really nice. It doesn't seem like I can do anything else here. No, there is something, some kind of exclamation mark there, but that's okay. And otherwise, as you can see, we do have her, as you see. And it says, locate the remains of Mortenzia, your lost expedition companion. I'm not sure. Tier 3, maybe, no, Tier 3 is actually available. Wow, okay. That's pretty crazy. So what you can actually do is you can craft legendary items at the blacksmith from rare and common gear. Okay, yeah, that's pretty amazing too. And you can then unlock a stash, and you can unlock the arsenal as well, which allows you to learn new abilities and purchase relics. Open it to learn new powers and create builds. Okay, wait a minute. This is cool. I don't know where is this? Over here? No. Where would this be? Not in achievements. Where's the arsenal? Is it probably over here? No. Oh wait, it's actually not an NPC at all. Wait a minute. There's the stash, obviously, but this is the arsenal right here. Okay, so learn new abilities and buy relics. Active powers have a chance to appear during your runs. Arsenal is where you shape your playstyle. So in other words, as you can see right here, we have a number of other abilities that we have available. So in other words, chasing lightning, fireball, frost orb, hammers of wrath, piercing chains, war lance, meteor, and necrotic surge. So you can literally create your very own presets. Obviously, these abilities will always appear. This item cannot be removed. Some slots must always be filled. Okay. I see. And so as you can see, then we have common relics, and we also have rare relics, and these things can be added to your item pool that will appear over time. So yeah, very, very fun actually that you can customize this so dramatically. What I would personally like to see is the ability to remove every single one of these and then just add other abilities available here. Obviously, I have no idea whether you can actually do that because I don't have enough Chaos Shards at the moment. But technically, what I would like to see is the ability to just have only abilities that you want to use. So, for example, let's say that I wanted to use only necrotic damage. So I'd have necrotic surge, and I'd have death coil, and then maybe some other things. But I'd like to be able to remove everything that I want to remove, and actually just put the abilities that I want on there. So for example, piercing chains, that sounds really, really fun. And hammers of wrath, that sounds really, really fun as well. And I'd like to have both of those, as well as necrotic surge and death coil. And I wouldn't like to have ice shards and all the other stuff on there. Obviously, that's very much dependent on what you personally want to go for there. But yeah, anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. If you'd like to check out the game, add it to your Steam wishlist and all that stuff, then there is a link in the description. And indeed, I am going to salvage all of this stuff. Thank you very much. That's going to get me a load. And look at that, another achievement. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.